Hi, boys and girls. It's Acadiana's Mother Goose again. I'm so happy that you're with me again today. I look forward to this each and every time. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Well, I have a new book to read to you. This is called A Pig Tale, written by Jerica Guillory, illustrated by Vivian Broussard. Look how cute this book is. Isn't it sweet? A pigtail. Let's begin, okay? Have you ever heard the saying, 2 heads are better than one? Here is a giraffe with 2 heads, and here are 2 little frogs taking a nap. I'm Tallulah, the tall one, and this is my sister Franny. She is much shorter. Look how cute these little giraffes are. Tallulah is the tall one, and she says her sister Franny is the much shorter one. Here we go. Let's see. Our neighbor next door, Pickles, is one of the shortest of the untalls. But on more than one occasion, we've all seen eye to eye. I'm not so good at secret keeping, but I never tell a lie. There is something you all must know, and that is this. Pickles can fly. So here they are talking with their neighbor, Pickles, the pig. And there is Tallulah and Franny. Oh, and they just said that Pickles can fly. Have you ever heard of a pig flying before? Oh my goodness. He is decidedly different from the other flying pigs you may have seen. He's less like a flapping flyer and more like, see? I just love these pictures. And more like a whirling twirler. When Pickles gets a fit of the giggles, his curly tail spins and wiggles, and his soft pink belly gets the jiggles. And before he can even catch his breath, up, he goes, with his rump up high and his snout down low. So you see, only when Pickles giggles can he fly. He is quite the jolly pork chop. Perhaps that is why. Here he is right here. And what happens is when Pickles giggles, his little tail starts to twirl. And that is what helps him to fly. Have you ever seen a pig fly? I haven't either. This is the first one. Just this past Sunday, right after an early gourmet dinner, slop du jour, Pickles decided that he'd like to go for a fly just once more before it was time to turn in. He looked out of his kitchen window and up at Franny and me in a heated debate about who's the tallest. I'm the tallest. That's why Mama named me Tallulah. Get it? Well, Mama named me Francine because I'm so tall I can see all the way to France. Take off those heels and we'll see who's taller. I'll take off these heels when you lose that gaudy hat. Don't hold your breath, Lilliputian. Don't tell me what to do, Pee-wee. So here is Piggles at his house, and he's listening to the conversation that's going on. Tallulah and Franny, the two-headed giraffe, and they're fighting about who's the tallest. Can you tell which one's taller? I don't think either one is taller. I think they're the same. Then high and behold, there's Piggles laughing hysterically with that curly Q tail spinning dizzily, and that butterball belly so merrily filled to capacity. Straight into our eyes he did look see, and managed to snort oh so philosophically. Looks like you've gotten your necks in a knot, and that makes you both significantly shorter. It sure does seem like having two heads is fun, but today, perchance, it's best to have one. And then that ham did fly away. I'm having problems with that one. Guffawing and hee-hawing like his day had been made. I do suppose we were a sight to see with our heads tangled up in a China berry tree. Here, look at them, how silly. The two-headed giraffe, they were fighting and they got all tangled up in the China berry tree, fighting over who was taller when they are both the same, because it's a two-headed giraffe. But Piggles enjoyed it so much, he was laughing and laughing as he flew over them. Silently we watched as Piggles cruised on over to the fountain on 2nd Street and Park Avenue. Deciding to refresh himself, he plopped down from the sky. We didn't see the splash because we had to close our eyes. Piggles had been skinny dipping his fat self a full 4.5 seconds when he heard a tiny, teensy-weensy chirp, a sad, scared, and lonely chirp. Piggles turned to his left, and then he turned to his right, and then he turned right back to his left. And there he saw a newborn baby bird who had fallen from its nest. So here's the two-headed giraffe, Tallulah and Franny. And it looks like they're taking a nap. Their eyes are closed. And here is Piggles. He thought he'd just go down and have a little swim in the fountain, but he heard a little chirp. There's a little bird that was chirping right next to him on the ground. Oh, yes, look. And there's his little bird nest with his other sisters and brothers in it. So he fell out of that bird's nest. Piggles introduced himself using his best pig Latin, not knowing if it was for the birds. Now, you'll have to be patient with me. Mother Goose doesn't know a whole lot about pig Latin, but I'm going to do my best. Ie, irithe, etwe, iwe, amwe, igglespe, erhe, ote, avese, ethe, ade, Etway, Etway. That was very difficult. I don't even know if I said it exactly right. But that was Pig Latin. And then that little big-eyed baby tweedled. My name is Rose. I'm only 3 days old, and I've managed to get myself in quite the predicament. Jumping the nest is completely verboten, I know, but I overheard some birds chirping this morning, and one of them whistled. The early bird gets the worm, tweet, tweet. The early bird gets the worm, tweet, tweet. Oh, just wait and see, it's gonna be me. Yes, the early bird gets the worm, tweet, tweet. I was the last of 7 eggs to hatch, and my brothers keep picking on me. They call me names like Slowpoke and Little Miss Lackadaisical. Everyone knows that calling a rose by any other name doesn't smell as sweet. I was feeling quite irritated, understandably frustrated. I do declare I was instigated to do something rash. I caught a glimpse of a worm, and before I could turn my fuzz into feathers, ba-bam! I hit the ground like a ton of bricks. Is there any possible way you could help me get back to my nest before Mama comes home with our dinner? Oh, here she is. Piggles introduced himself to the little bird in Pig Latin, thinking the little bird would understand that. And there's the cute little bird, and her name is Rose. And she just was trying to get the worm. You know the little story about the early bird gets the worm, so she thought she'd do that. And kabam, she fell out of the nest. So now she's trying to get Piggles to help her get back in the nest before Mom gets back with some food. I hope he can help her. Well, this was no laughing matter, to say the least, and to say the most. How in the world was Piggles going to get baby Rose back into her nest if he couldn't fly? No laughing meant no giggling. No giggling meant no flying. No flying meant no time to dilly-dally around. So he rolled himself out of the fountain and got right to work. He piled leaves and sticks and rock and dirt as high as he could. He nudged little Rose onto his snout and began to climb. But every time Piggles climbed atop the heaping pile of rubbish, it flattened like a pancake under his weight. If only, said Franny. Shh, I said. Look, here he is, and he's trying to help the little bird get up into the nest, but he's not having anything to laugh about or giggle, and so he's not able to fly right now. Piggles had an epiphany. Piggles had an epiphany. There you go. This fountain had a big burst of water shooting from its center, way up high, and reminded him of octopi he'd seen on television having surfing competitions. Could he possibly ride the fountain like a surfer and then carefully, cautiously spring the fuzzy fluff back into her nest? It's safe to say that plan fell flat on its back. If only, said Franny. Shh, I said, here he is remembering about the octopi he saw on TV that were surfing on the water. And he thought that if he could do the same thing on the fountain, he'd be able to get that bird up in the tree. But no, Tallulah and Franny were watching him from a distance, and they kept saying, if only, and you know what he needs to do to be able to get that bird up in that tree, right? A hot air balloon was floating off into the setting sun, and Piggles considered making himself into a balloon. If he could just inhale enough air to float up to the nest, their problem would be solved. So he did. Deep breath in, deep breath in, deep breath in. Piggles absolutely resembled a hot air balloon. But for some reason or another, he just couldn't get off the ground. What now, he thought. If only, said Franny. That was one of the giraffes in the distance. But here is where he saw the hot air balloon, and he thought that if he took a lot of air in himself, he would be able to float like a balloon. No, a little pig can't do that. If only you knew how to shh. I can't even hear myself thinking about good thoughts. Have you ever seen a super short worrywart? If only I had a mirror. Gracious sakes alive, Francine. Whoosh and shh. Here they are. Franny and Tallulah talking. Piggles tried to meditate, but he couldn't concentrate. His mind was running a mile a minute, and time was running out. Then he remembered something his mama told him long ago. She said, Piggles, honey, sometimes when you're in a hurry, it's best to just slow down. So there he is with his mommy when he was a little bitty piglet. Piggles inhaled deeply and exhaled slowly, in through his snout and out through his pout. He closed his eyes and visualized a mama and baby reunion. Well, that was the day that Piggles found out if a tiny baby bird pecks at your snout, it tickles. See? The little baby bird's tickling his snout. And Piggles giggled. You see that, Franny? 2 heads are better than 1. Idre, apple hay, ending way, the very happy ending. So he was able to get the little bird rose up into his nest, because once he started giggling, his tail was twirling and twirling, and you know that's how he gets around. Yes, he's a pig that can fly. Oh my goodness. And he was able to get the bird up in the nest, and the 2 giraffes were very happy that 2 heads are better than 1. Now, this book is a wonderful book, and I really enjoyed it. Oh my goodness. If you think that wings are necessary for one to take flight, then listen to Tallulah, a Siamese giraffe, as she recalls the event of last Sunday. She's swinging her tail with a tail to tell, a pigtail that is. Oh, this is so full of delightful play on words. A pigtail encourages vocabulary enhancement while entertaining children and adults alike. As I said before, it was written by Jerica Guillory and illustrated by Vivian Broussard. And it's such a wonderful book, and the pictures are so beautiful. They did such a wonderful job. Now, in the back of the book, there also is Pig Latin 101. So if you want to learn Pig Latin, and I had a little bit of a problem with it, you know that, there are the rules. These are the rules. Okay? So there's, for words that start with a consonant, everything up to the first vowel is moved to the back and A is added to that. For example, love would be of lay, fun, unfay, day, a day, sing, ing say. This one is a little different. There would be ether because the first vowel isn't not till the third letter. So the first two letters of there are consonants and should be left together. Move to the end of the word and an A placed behind it. Try changing words and see if you can do this. So if the word begins with a vowel, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, you only need to add way to the end of the word. N becomes N-way, ever, ever way, apple, apple way, octopi, octopi way, under, underway, if way. So this is such a wonderful book. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And as I said, in the back of the book, you can learn how to speak Pig Latin like the cute little pig did. This is such a great book. Piggles tried to teach you Pig Latin in the book so you can learn to talk Pig Latin with your friends and your mom and dad. Now we have just a little bit of time left, so if it's okay, I'm going to read a few more nursery rhymes for you. Let's see what we can do. How about Rockabye Baby? Rockabye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. Down will come baby, cradle and all. That's one of my favorite songs. Let's see. Starlight, star bright. Starlight, star bright. First star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight. Jack be nimble. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jump over the candlestick. Let's see what else we have. Okay. We can, hush little baby. Hush little baby, don't say a word. Papa's gonna buy you a mockingbird. If that mockingbird don't sing, Papa's gonna buy you a diamond ring. If that diamond ring turns brass, Papa's gonna buy you a looking glass. If that looking glass gets broke, Papa's gonna buy you a billy goat. If that billy goat don't pull, Papa's gonna buy you a cart and a mule. If that cart and mule turn over, Papa's gonna buy you a dog named Rover. If that dog named Rover won't bark, Papa's gonna buy you a horse and cart. If that horse and cart fall down, you'll still be the sweetest little baby in town. That was a sweet one, wasn't it? What about Wee Willie Winkle? Wee Willie Winky. Wee Willie Winky runs through the town, upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown, rapping at the window, crying through the lock. Are the children all in bed? It's past 8 o'clock. Bye-bye bunting. Bye-bye bunting. Daddy's gone a-hunting. Gone to get a rabbit skin to wrap my baby bunting in. Okay. Let's see what else. Twinkle, twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. When the blazing sun is gone, when he nothing shines upon, then you show your little light, twinkle, twinkle all the night. Then the traveler in the dark thanks you for your tiny spark. He could not see which way to go if you did not twinkle so. In the dark blue sky you keep, and often through my curtains peep. for you never shut your eye till the sun is in the sky. As your bright and tiny spark lights the traveler in the dark, though I know not what you are, twinkle, twinkle, little star. I hope you enjoyed our nursery rhymes too. But again, this wonderful book by Jerica Guillory. Oh, A Pigtail, and illustrated by Vivian Broussard. That was beautiful. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Have a good day. Thank you so much.